scoreless record here in the early going. And, of course, there's Los Angeles. They're tied right now.
And seeing where Utah is, for me, they've taken the league by storm this season. I felt like they were maybe a year ahead of schedule in terms of being an elite group. But you look at them right now, and here they are.
Yeah, they weren't really on anyone's radar before the season began, but they're definitely there now.
The starters for the Utah Jazz. Conley runs the point with Mitchell flanking him. Bogdanovich out there with Gobert, and it's O'Neal in at the 3 slot. And for Los Angeles, Beverly and Shamet in the backcourt together. Ivica Zubac is out there with Patrick Patterson, and it's Leonard in at the small forward. Beverly against Conley. Early on, players vying for larger roles and more minutes, and Doris, always interesting to see how all of that materializes.
Yeah, Kev, I think unless you have a veteran team who's maybe been in the playoffs and established themselves, there's nothing set in stone yet. Obviously, guys are looking to prove themselves from the very moment that ball is tipped up in the air. And who gets a rhythm early? Who starts off strong? Let's see.
I'm looking forward to it as well. So the Utah Jazz able to put the first points up on the board. Dishes it to Gobert. Conley against Beverly. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Last time they met was in Salt Lake City, Utah, where they fell to the Jazz.
Yeah, and their last time out against this club, turnovers really did them in. Just way too many mistakes.
They were forced into tons of sloppy play, and I think they'll be looking to be more composed tonight.
Here is Conley. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. It's Bogdanovich on the wing. Patterson defending. Just 5 to shoot. Shoots from the elbow. And good. And it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down.
And this is Bojan Bogdanovich's game. This guy is comfortable shooting the basketball from any spot on the floor.
And Beverly kicks to Shamet. O'Neal against Leonard. Over O'Neal. And it's Leonard missing.
And this is a shot he can definitely make, and the defense not a factor at all.
To the paint. Here's Mitchell. He gets it in there.
Well, it's a level of concentration that has to happen for you to finish through contact. Donovan Mitchell doing work.
Passes to Leonard. And it's Leonard again missing.
Well, this has not been a quarter to remember for this guy. He looks completely flustered.
If you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That is his first foul of the game. So it's Utah now. Nice ball movement by Utah. And there's the defensive 3-second call. Utah shooting their first free throw of the game.
And the signing of Bojan Bogdanovich, a great move for the Jazz. With his shooting, more spacing for Gobert and Mitchell to operate, he's capable of creating shots on his own as well.
Now, here's Bogdanovich. 17 points for him last game against the Kings in Sacramento.
And the other thing, guys, he really got after it on the backboards. What a complete game for this guy.
And they'll turn it over. Could not get off his shot. 24-second violation.
And a chance to check out the stats for Kawhi Leonard. He's coming off an excellent season, putting in about 26 points per, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists. He's been nothing short of fantastic during that stretch. Offense coming very easily for him.
And so much of it, to me, is his ability to read the floor, make the right decision, and then go right after the action he wants.
The shot, no good. O'Neal with the defensive effort. Conley surveying the D. To the inside, Gobert, and slam dunk by Gobert.
And he's a pure point guard with terrific vision. Conley finds open teammates at times before they realize they're open.
Gobert with the block. Mitchell against Beverly. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. And here is Los Angeles now. Clippers trail by 7. Shamet kicks to Zubats. Back to Shamet. Clock at 6. To stop the run, Gobert with the block.
Let's remember that the 7-foot frame includes a 7'9" wingspan. Rudy Gobert, the Stifle Tower, doing work.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Bogdanovich has gone 2 of 3 from the floor. And the Clippers decide to take their first timeout here.
Because of Rudy Gobert's thin frame, people were trying to take advantage of him early physically in his career. For the Jazz, they wanted him to get stronger, get in the weight room, and become more of a problem.
Checking out some numbers for Gobert. Great showing for him last season. First in field goal percentage, third in blocks, and one of the league's most ferocious rebounders, always working. He was top 5 in that category.
And last year, he really was the poster boy for scoring efficiency. You could count on one hand the number of bad shots he took. Patterson finds Beverly. And the foul called on Donovan Mitchell. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul.
Zubats with it. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Bounce pass from Shamet. Shot clock at 5. It's through for a second basket. He's now 2 for 6.
Well, we know this about Kawhi Leonard. He can score at all 3 levels, taking advantage of the mid-range game there.
Here's Conley. He kicks it to Bogdanovich. The shot will not fall. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Their last game, a win against San Antonio, looking to carry that into this one.
Yeah, in that game, I thought they took advantage of some sloppy play, but give them credit. They turned mistakes into points.
Well, you have to capitalize when your opponent has miscues, Greg, and give this team some credit. Every time that opponent turned it over, they capitalized.
Now Mitchell. Kawhi Leonard missing from long range. Second chance shot. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Well, at 7'1", Rudy Gobert has become known as the Stifle Tower, and this guy's starting to excel and get a bigger role on the offensive end.
Well, they call Rudy Gobert the Stifle Tower, probably the game's most dominant rim protector.
And in today's game, that's not enough. You also have to come out of the paint and defend smaller players in switches. He straddles those two needs better than anyone in the league.
No good on that one.
Guys, when you think about the Jazz, you are talking about an elite defensive unit. Rudy Gobert in the middle, the defensive player of the year, and the guys around him are committed to the scheme and outstanding individual defenders.
And he sinks the second. And the Jazz very disciplined at the defensive end.
Now, Kevin, you have a veteran squad with the anchor Rudy Gobert, one of the elite shot blockers in the entire league. And this is a group that's so important here. They defend without fouling.
Leonard. Stolen by Michael Conley. And the Jazz pushing it up now. And here they go. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
Defensively, they've got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win surrendering this high a field goal percentage.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Here's Zubac. And oh, that was close. He draws the foul. He'll shoot two.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
The Clippers shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one.
2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Zubac. A superstar summer, Greg, for the Los Angeles Clippers in Kawhi Leonard and in Paul George. Greg, they have 2 elite wings, great defenders in their prime.
Give them credit, but also Kawhi Leonard pushing the levers behind the scenes. He wanted another superstar to join him in recruiting Paul George, who still had 2 years left on his deal in OKC. Kawhi took unprecedented control of his free agent destiny.
Boy, a really soft touch on display. It is a luxury to have a big man who can hit from the line at a consistent rate.
Jazz passing it around. Outside Conley, 6 to shoot. Utah needs to get off a shot here. It doesn't go for him. So the Clippers will take it the other way.
And they've come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass here tonight, guys.
Leonard, the pass to Williams. Over Mitchell. And the Clippers miss again.
Well, tremendous defensive effort on the interior. That's the kind of contest you want.
Conley kicks to Mitchell. Shoots over Leonard. Nice spin off the left rim and in. And the Jazz lead by 10.
Building up a big early lead, they have taken charge of this game.
And they've been doing it largely at the offensive end, Greg. If the defense does not adjust, this could be a blowout.
Now here's Beverly. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Bucket is good.
And that's right where they wanted to go with the ball, in rhythm.
Utah leading by 8. Outside Conley. And it's off the back rim. No good.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Leonard kicks to Williams. Back to Leonard. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. Leonard's got 6.
Kawhi Leonard's length lets him play bigger than his size.
Conley dishes to Mitchell. The shot. Misses his second shot in 4 attempts from the field. Clippers trail by 6. To the middle. It's tipped. Gobert with it. Now guarded by Harrell. Mitchell passes to Conley. At the top of the key, Gobert. Mitchell outside. Shot clock at 6. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's going to be on Montrezl Harrell.
Well, Donovan Mitchell welcomes the opportunity to draw contact and either get to the free throw line or make the shot.
Utah shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game. first free throw is good.
And you ask around, his coaches and teammates love Donovan Mitchell. The way he carries himself, really infectious, upbeat, but also a born competitor.
Green, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Harkless comes in for Leonard. So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Ed Davis is checked in for Rudy Gobert. Green comes in for Bogdanovich. Joe Ingles, he's checked in for Royce O'Neal. And Emmanuel Mudiay subbed in for Mike Conley. And going into the 2017 draft, Mitchell was a sleeper. Maybe even bragged to himself he wasn't sure he was ready to make that leap.
And you know, Kevin, it was the NBA players he was working out with in the summertime who told him, man, you're ready right now. And a season that saw him second in Rookie of the Year votes validated that and built his confidence.
Mike Conley's checked in for Mitchell.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
And he gets the bucket.
They've been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
No doubt, Greg. On the offensive end, it feels like they're getting the shots they want, and defensively, they are connected and on a string.
Working against size, he's just crafty enough to carve out some wiggle room.
I'll tell you, the analytics crew may not like the mid-range, but sometimes you just got to put it in the basket.
And there's the call on Patrick Beverley. That's his first foul. Green passes to Davis. No one near Conley as he lets it go. No good from outside. And so it's Williams who brings it up for Los Angeles. 8-point game. And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play.
And wow, you just have to love the motor on Montrezl Harrell when he's on the floor. Great on the glass, and he just plays with such a fire.
One shot.
And that one misses. And with Harrell, you can see how his energy spreads to the rest of the team.
Reminds me a bit of what Fareed used to bring to teams. Harrell is also undersized, but boy, he makes up for it in so many ways.
Back to Green. And finally they hit one.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
Clippers trail by 8. Now Williams. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against San Antonio.
Well, you also have to credit the way he controlled the pace of the game and was able to create for his teammates.
And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. And Jeff Green, now a journeyman veteran in the NBA. But you know what, Doris? He'll give you good production.
It doesn't matter, Kevin, where you seem to play this guy. Jeff Green finds a way to contribute. Listen, I know his three-point shooting can be hot and cold, but this guy is aware of when to look for it and when to move the basketball. Two qualities you love.
That's good from Green. Doris, what's the best combination of inside-outside basketball you see offensively now?
Well, two guys really come to mind immediately for me. It's Joel Embiid and Anthony Davis, because both men can face up and knock down shots in a legitimate enough fashion that you've got to get out and contest those guys. But the other side of this is they can play in the post and be a legitimate back-to-the-basket force who you've got to guard with more than one guy. I mean, how exciting, Kevin, are Joel and AD to watch play?
They are thrilling. I would agree. Now, here's Beverly. Out to the right wing. Clock at 6. With a step back. The rebound by Jeff Green. Jazz leading by 10. The pass to Conley. Outside, Davis. Pass to Moutier. Lets a floater go. That's in there. Davis with the assist. And the Jazz lead by 12. Moutier against Williams. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. Greg, I'm just so impressed with the level of finesse and craftiness that Lou Williams always plays with.
And Kevin, you don't stay a perennial 6th Man of the Year candidate at Williams' age without having more than a few tricks up your sleeve. He's so good in tight spaces and can find a way to get a shot up where others just have to kick it out.
Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one.
Boy, guys, you think about it. A very respectable 50 wins for the Jazz last year. That's a 5 seed in the absolute brutal West. But now what do you think? The playoffs, when it counts the most, you bowed out in 5 games to the Houston Rockets.
And both free throws good for Williams. And the Jazz front office said, we have a very good team, but we don't have a great team. So with that in mind, Doris, how do they get there?
Well, I think, Kevin, obviously you begin with Donovan Mitchell, who had experienced some growing pains in year 2. You have to adjust to having that bullseye on your back.
Now here's Moutier. On the wing, Ingles. Again, the Jazz score.
You can see the improving court awareness of Emmanuel Moutier, having an understanding for when to find his guys.
Beverly, the pass to Harrell. And here's Beverly. Outside Williams. Great tee that time from Green.
Boy, the wheels have definitely fallen off in this quarter. He cannot buy one.
Pass to Conley. Back to Moutier. Over Beverly. And as the first quarter wraps up, already a double-digit lead. Jazz lead by 12. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. It wasn't an immediate star turn for Mike Conley in the NBA. He talked about that journey.
The ups and downs of injuries and early on in my career not being able to be consistent enough to be considered a top guard in the league and making myself work that much harder to get my game to a level where I feel that I can compete against anybody in the league. And that's what I'm most proud of, is just being able to withstand that.
Great work ethic is the key. Conley stayed at it.
And a player that's known for keeping his composure, that helps also. He weathered those early challenges and just stayed positive.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And a very convincing performance from the Jazz so far.
Guys, I love their defense in that first period. They were in position and just challenging shots.
Well, I think they combined great intelligence with great effort, and you can see the results.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Williams and Shamet are the guard set. Harkless is out there with Jermichael Green, and it's Harrell in at the center, locking down the middle. Now Shamet, following the miss by Michael Conley from deep. The lead now in single digits. 8 points for Williams. Jazz leading by 8. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, we know about Lou Williams' story. The 3-time Sixth Man of the Year may be undersized, but he keeps finding angles to score. Williams said, "I can't shoot straight up. I've always played crooked. It's weird, but it's something I've developed, fading away from guys. I have bigger defenders on me, and it's just about creating space." Kevin, even well into his 30s, Lou Will still does it as well as anybody.
I would totally agree, David. He is always deadly. Thank you. Now here's Davis. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet.
I'll tell you, Joe Ingles is proving that as a passer, he is a special player.
One of the most voracious rebounders per minute in the NBA. Ed Davis out of North Carolina. Terrific player.
Well, he is, Kevin. He put in a ton of time in the weight room. His Portland teammates actually used to tease him and call him Shirt Off Ed. He has bulked up and likes to throw his weight around inside now.
Free throw good, Davis. And Doris, you played point guard. What do you like to see from that position?
Well, I'm going to go back to the Showtime Lakers, which was my first team that I adored when I was a kid watching the NBA. And the reality is this, Kevin, I love to see teams play in transition, get out in the open floor. What's better than watching Steph Curry cross half court with a full head of steam and the defender knowing, oh, good God, anything could happen here. He might pull a three, he might finish in spectacular fashion off the run, or he might find a teammate for a momentum-building three. Like, get in transition and run, baby.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Conley dishes to Green. Outside Conley. 4 on the shot clock. Green in the post. He's against Williams. Davis, the pass to Green. Now, Moutier. Down low. And another shot. And Conley lays it in. And the Jazz lead by 15.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Now here's Williams. He's got 8. It's good.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Outside Conley for the 3. The basket good off the assist from Moutier. Moutier's got 3 assists in the game. Clippers have gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Here's Harrell. He had a 24-point outing in their last game against San Antonio.
Well, in addition to the scoring, he found ways to initiate contact from the defense and get himself to the line. The defense clearly frustrated trying to get a way to stop him.
Now Conley. Following the 3-point attempt from Montrezl Harrell. Conley, the pass to Davis. Great D that time from Harrell.
I'll tell you, most of the time, this guy's going to finish that. But that was tremendous defense that prohibits him from completing the play.
Shots good by Williams.
This guy is putting his fingerprints all over the game in this quarter. He has flat out dominated the offensive end.
Passes it to Moutier. Conley against Williams. Solid shot from the distance of about 14 feet. Conley's got 7 points for the quarter.
And even with the big lead, he remains focused on the task at hand.
That is the competitiveness he brings to the table. Every night you're going to get great effort from him.
And Davis sends it back, and he gets it back.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
And the rejection by Harrell. Shamet kicks to Green. On the wing, Williams. Count it. Williams has got 14.
Well, individually, he is doing everything he can in this 12-minute session, but he's just not getting enough help.
And a first time out of the game called for Utah. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Sacramento.
And given their performance in that game, which was not necessarily a work of art, I had a hard time believing it wound up being as close as it did.
Yeah, it felt like the other side simply allowed them to hang in, and the score reflected that.
A different look for the Clippers. Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for Jermichael Green, and Kawhi Leonard comes in for Maurice Harkless. So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Gobert, he's checked in for Davis. Bogdanovich comes in for Green. O'Neal's checked in for Joe Ingles. And Donovan Mitchell's subbed in for Mike Conley. Now here's Moutier. And here's Bogdanovich for three. The basket good off the assist from Moutier. And it's 8 points for Bojan Bogdanovich. And it's Williams with the ball for the Los Angeles Clippers, trailing by 17. Here's Leonard. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And the Raptors went all in trading for Kawhi Leonard last season, Doris. Great talent surrounding him in Toronto, but this past summer, he decided to move on.
But, Kevin, a championship makes the gamble worthwhile if you were Toronto. For Kawhi, any team he plays on is going to have a chance to win. And now this young man, a champion, starts a new chapter.
2 shots.
And the first one drops. Doris, you've accomplished so much in your award-winning career. What was your first experience in broadcasting?
Kevin, my first experience was I left coaching and they put Providence College women's basketball on radio. That was the first ever game I got to call. It was so cool. Tell me yours. What was the very first? Did you study this? How did you get into broadcasting?
I did. Our high school had a radio station, and the first basketball broadcast was underneath the bleachers, looking through popcorn boxes and legs of the people that were standing in the bleachers so that I could see the court from the baseline.
Amazing.
Because that's where the telephone cables were to plug in our equipment. And
wow.
I was 16 years old.
Incredible.
Remember it very well.
Incredible.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
And they should, because it's when you start turning down that kind of look that your offense can start to bog down a bit.
Bogdanovich finds Moutier. Nice ball movement by Utah. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Mitchell passes to Moutier. From deep three-point range, it's hauled in by Los Angeles.
And maybe he thinks he has that type of range, but I'm not sure who'd agree with him.
I think we have to check his sanity because there's a number of better options on the floor. Well, known for being a terrific passer, he shows you right there. Case in point.
Mitchell outside. And the call is going to be... Yes, it is. An illegal screen.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
I don't think there's any question, Greg. There are so many rules that favor the offense these days. You've got to be able to equal things out when an illegal screen is set.
And the Clippers making a change here. Beverly's checked in. Now, here's Bogdanovich, following the miss by Lou Williams. Now, here's Moutier. Mitchell right side. Over Leonard. And the rejection by Leonard.
Well, tremendous intimidation and shot blocking by Kawhi Leonard. How nice is that?
Utah leading by 16. O'Neal kicks to Moutier. Now the pass to Gobert. Beverly against Moutier. Mitchell wide open. Another miss by Utah.
I'll tell you, it has not been this guy's best night, but the teammates have been there to pick up the slack. Love it.
And that's the tough part of trying to keep him on the floor. Now he picks up that third foul.
And Beverly kicks to Williams. Harrell with it. Pass to Beverly. Leonard on the wing. 5 on the clock. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. Leonard's got 9 points.
There's no quitting this guy. He just gives you great effort, and he continues to give you great production.
Pass to O'Neal. Bogdanovich wide open. Offensive rebound. Gobert fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
Well, Rudy Gobert patrolling the glass right now. This guy's a big-time rebounder with his quick feet and long arms.
The Jazz have been coming through at the charity stripe. They've made 7 of their 8 attempts. And the free throw, no good. I'll grade the Clippers signing of Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, the grand finale of the wildest summer in NBA free agent history.
A ton of big moves. You think of the star players who've changed teams. 1/3 of the league's all-NBA selections and 5 out of 10 of the reigning all-star starters. In the end, we saw 7 players who've changed teams, signing for over $100 million each. Put that in perspective. Only 8 players had ever done that in league history.
Here's Williams following the bucket by the Jazz. Another one falls for the Clippers.
I'll tell you, despite this guy's strong play in this period, they're still behind. Someone else has got to step up.
Moutier against Beverly. Outside Bogdanovich. Leonard against O'Neal. It's hauled in by the Clippers.
Well, that's a case where a guy's trying to make a play, trying to take it up strong, but the defense was ready.
Shots good by Williams.
A tough start scoring the basketball, but they're starting to turn it around now.
Now, Moutier floats one up, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That's on Lou Williams. And although the team didn't have much success last year, Emmanuel Moutier certainly got his career back, I thought, Doris, in the right direction.
Well, I think for Emmanuel, he had an opportunity for minutes, and he played as he needed to in order to show that he is a capable player going forward. The tools, I think, have always been there for the former number 7 pick. It's about starting to put it together consistently.
2.
And the first one at the line is good. And with this summer's acquisition of Mike Conley, Greg, the Utah Jazz hoping to make a step in the West.
And really, Mike Conley, their best point guard since they traded away Darren Williams back in 2011. Alongside Bogdanovich, a big upgrade offensively, and he can hold his own on the defensive side as well.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
And still trying to find his footing in the league. Moutier must show improvement in his shooting moving forward.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Now a moment to see the numbers for Moutier. How he did last season. Last season, put up about 14 points a game, 4 assists and 3 rebounds. And when he takes over at the point, he really keeps the offense flowing.
Well, this is a guy who brings a solid skill set. Excellent ball handler, high level of playmaking, the perfect backup point.
First one falls for him. And good on the second, so he makes them both. And it's Moutier with the ball. He brings it up for the Utah Jazz. They led by as many as 18 points. Kicks it to Bogdanovic. Back to Moutier. Here's Mitchell. The basket good off the assist from Moutier. Moutier's got 5 assists in the game. Clippers trail by 15. Beverly looking around. Shot on the wing. Nice touch on the bank shot. And 11 points for Kawhi Leonard.
And they've worked the ball around so well tonight for those quality looks from mid-range.
Pass to Mitchell. Back to Moutier. Latre. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. That gives him a double-double in this one. 11 points and 10 rebounds. 59 seconds left here in the second. To the paint. Here's Leonard, and it's good. 2 points. Leonard's got 13.
Well, it looks like he has put that rough first quarter in the rear view. He's starting to cook here in the second.
There's the pass to Mitchell. Buries it from three-point range.
Boy, the scary potential of Donovan Mitchell overall as a scorer. If it's a consistent three-point shot in his arsenal, forget about it, guys.
Now here's Leonard. A 38-point game for him in the win against San Antonio.
And he didn't take any plays off at the defensive end. I mean, he wound up with 4 steals on the night.
Just 5 on the clock. A second chance effort, and it's Zubac laying it in. 6 points for him.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Mitchell against Williams. To the wing on the left. From deep. That's good from Moutier on the assist by Mitchell. Moutier's got 7 points here in this quarter.
Well, this to me is the critical aspect that Emmanuel Moutier must develop. Can he knock down three-point shots? He does so there.
And so it's Utah, feeling good about their 17-point lead heading into the break. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they are pounding it down low. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. With Coach Quinn Snyder. Quinn, what has to happen in the second half?
Well, we got to keep getting stops and really just make plays. Make plays on the offensive end and be solid defensively. No magic.
It's a pretty simple game, right, Coach? Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is right here. Say hey to the folks, Kenny.
Hey, folks.
Say hey to the folks, Shaq.
Hey, folks.
Hey, let's get this party started. Okay. Donovan Mitchell was on fire in the first half. He had 12 points and 2 assists. And, Kenny, what'd you see out there from the Jazz?
Well, they killed it on the glass, and they did it with high-level fundamentals, blocking out, maintaining position, and going up strong to the basket. If they board like that in the second half, this league will continue to grow.
Shaq, what was your takeaway on the Clippers?
Way too soft in the paint defensively. They were all late on their rotations. Obviously, that's a recipe for getting cooked. You know, I like eating that barbecue chicken. They got to do better, Ernie.
And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action is coming your way.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. It's been a clinic out there by Lou Williams.
He had a fast pass to the lane that first half. Got inside on demand.
Now, this guy is such a good finisher on the move, and so far the defense has not been able to counter it.
And here's Leonard. Checking out the group for Quinn Snyder to start the second half. Conley and Mitchell, the talented backcourt pair. Bogdanovich out there with O'Neal. And it's Gobert in at the 5 down low. Jazz leading by 17.
Well, the Jazz's Quinn Snyder has become one of the most respected head coaches in the league. And think, guys, a player poll even had him ranked 7th among coaches they'd like to play for. And consider he's in Utah. That is not exactly a free agent destination.
Here's Beverly. Bogdanovich picking up that last basket. To the middle. Here's Shamet, and he uses the glass on the layup.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth, physical basketball, guys.
And Doris, what is it, do you think, about Quinn Snyder that gives rise to that respect?
Well, you think about it. He played the game at a high level, of course, collegiately at Duke. He has paid his dues as a coach. He's got tremendous intellect for the game. And there's this growth mindset with him. He's always looking at himself. How can I get better?
Was there any steal in the 2017 draft bigger than Donovan Mitchell? My goodness, guys, Utah looks like they found a franchise player with him.
I mean, to see a player his age come in and just be an elite scorer is impressive. Very explosive in transition, but also in the half court. Reminds you a bit of Westbrook or a young D. Wade with how he plays.
Free throw drops for Mitchell.
It's crazy to think that 12 teams passed on Donovan Mitchell. He has become a premier scorer in the NBA. Oh, would they love a do-over.
Both good from the line that time. About 1 minute played here in the second half. Here's Beverly. Pass to Shamet. Gobert with the block. And here's Bogdanovich for 3. That shot off the mark. The Clippers go the other way with it. And the foul called on Donovan Mitchell. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
And that 4th foul, guys, might force him to scale back the aggression from a defensive standpoint. He does not need, nor does the team need, number 5.
Now here's Leonard. He's got 13. And the bank shot is good. Leonard's got 15.
Listen, you give a good shooter that kind of look, and it's going to go in.
Now here is Conley. 9 points in the game so far. Good work there as it goes. And the Jazz lead by 19. The Clippers have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Beverly against Conley. Shamet, the pass to Zubac. 6 to shoot. Now, here's Shamet. D right on him. Utah with the rebound. Outside Conley. They double-team Conley. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. And here is Los Angeles now. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. 19-point game. And the basket is good. 17 points in the game.
You can see the handle of Kawhi Leonard so much tighter than it used to be. How confident is he off the dribble?
Beverly against Conley. Shoots from 12. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Zubac has got 5 rebounds tonight. Beverly, the pass to Zubac. Now, here's Shamet. Covered by Mitchell. Pass to Zubac. Over O'Neal. And that one is good from Zubac.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Conley with it. 11 points in the game. Mitchell right side. That one doesn't drop.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And what you love about his work defensively, the ability to challenge and change shots without fouling.
Maurice Harkless is checked in for Patterson. Utah also making some changes. Jeff Green is checked in for Bogdanovich, and it's Joe Ingles in for O'Neal. Now Zubac, 8 points for him. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Leonard. Ingles with the rebound. Jazz leading by 15. Passes it to Gobert. Mitchell outside. Another miss by Utah. The Clippers have gone an even 50% from the floor here in the third quarter. 4 of 8. Leonard on the wing. And there's the pass to Zubac. Beverly for 3. Gobert pulls it in. Gobert's got rebound number 12 now. Tenacity on the glass. Ingles finds Conley. And here is Green. Defended by Beverly. To stop the drought. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. And here's Leonard. 17 points in the game. Beverly with the ball. Conley picks him up. Here's Shamet. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Shamet's got 6.
Boy, that open look set up by Kawhi Leonard, that's probably the most underrated aspect of his game.
Conley dishes to Mitchell. That's all good, and that's his 5th basket of the game. He's shooting 5 for 11 now.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and Coach knows it.
Well, the best players, to me, deliver night after night after night. So as long as he's hot, keep riding it.
Los Angeles calls timeout. Greg, some folks suspected Conley might be moved when Memphis had a shot at drafting John Morant. Right before the draft, that deal took place.
I tell you what, he looks to be a great fit in Utah. Can be that 3rd star the team needs to push them to the next level. Utah had to give up a fair sum to get him, but it was worth the risk.
A different look for the Clippers. Harrell comes in for Ivica Zubac. And it's Green in for Leonard. Beverly against Conley. And Beverly kicks to Harkless. 6 on the shot clock. Tries a 3. Rebound, Utah. Green's got 6 rebounds in the game. Ingles in the corner. Lots of room. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. And the Jazz lead by 17.
Well, just another weapon in the arsenal of Joe Ingles, right? The catch-and-shoot game on point.
Here's Beverly. Gobert with the block. They get it back. Tries it again. Gobert with the defensive effort.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
That boy, to have someone back there who can erase your mistakes, what a big-time asset defensively.
Now here's Gobert. Here's Ingles. Back to Gobert. Over Beverly, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Williams is checked in for Los Angeles.
Lou Williams.
Clippers trail by 17. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Here's Conley. Makes it off the glass. Conley's got 4 points this quarter.
It's impressive, the level of domination at both ends, and you're seeing the results.
And, Greg, you know this. It's not easy building a lead on the road, but this team has been lights out throughout the game. I'll tell you, individually, he is doing all he can. But right now, somebody's got to step in and support this guy.
Pass to Gobert. Yes, once again, he remains perfect. 6 attempts and 6 hits.
Gobert has a thin frame, but make no mistake, he is physical and he relishes contact.
Pass to Green. There's the dish to Williams. Back to Green. Over Conley. Rebound by Jeff Green. Green's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Mitchell, and then Mitchell with the dunk.
Well, this is problematic because Donovan Mitchell can hurt you any number of ways. Driving, spotting up, you name it, he's got it.
Inside, here's Williams. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Michael Conley picks one up. The Clippers have gone 7 of 9 from the free throw line tonight.
And look back a season ago. They did a solid job at the line, about 79% of their free throws.
2.
First free throw is good.
And Williams is sort of the classic instant offense guy. Whether he's coming off the bench or starting, he can provide a spark whenever they need one.
Ed Davis is checked in for Utah. Moutier comes in for Michael Conley. And so he makes both from the line. Hiring college basketball coaches has been kind of hit or miss, Doris. Why do you think that's so?
Well, obviously, coaching in college and coaching in the NBA are drastically different things. As a college coach, you've got to be concerned about the eligibility of your young men. You've got to be recruiting the next crop, even while you're coaching your current group and your current roster. In the NBA, you get to focus exclusively on coaching. You're not talking about recruiting. You're not having to deal with anything other than grown men who have a desire for greatness in the NBA. And I think so much of it doesn't necessarily mean success or failure, whether you come from college or not. Success in the NBA is a multifaceted proposition. So I don't necessarily define it as, oh, this guy came from college, this guy came from the European leagues, this guy has been an NBA assistant. So many things go into it, Kev.
Yeah, he needs to tell his guys to just box out with some energy. That's basic basketball. They've been lazy on the backboard and have allowed way too many second chance points. And a moment now to see some numbers for Williams. Good season for him last year. He put up about 20 points a game, 5 assists and 3 rebounds. You know, you look at the numbers and you think that this is great, but we know that he's capable of even bigger production.
You know, the numbers look okay, but the eye test tells us unequivocally he is capable of more. That is the sign of a star right there.
And it's blocked. Now, here's Moutier. 9 points in the game so far. Here's Green. That shot missing. Great D that time from Harrell. And so it's Williams who brings it up for the Clippers. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. It goes on Ed Davis.
No doubt about it. He has done a ton to help his team, but he's going to have to do even more if they want to have a chance to get back in this one.
Jazz leading by 18. Moutier with the ball. Great tee that time from Green.
And his defense so valuable. Not many can bother that shot at the rim.
Boy, you see the effort. You see the range. This guy prides himself in his ability to shut you down.
Williams passes to Shamet. He dishes it to Harkless. Williams against Ingles. Williams in the post. Feeds it to Harrell. Shot clock at 5. The shot comes out. Now the Jazz take it the other way. Their biggest lead of the game was 21. Here's Moutier, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Looking now at some numbers from Montrezl Harrell. A very nice season for him last year. 5th in field goal percentage, and he's a shot blocker as well. Top 20 in that category last season. Great timing and challenges at the rim.
And yeah, he's one of the most efficient scorers in the league for sure. Moves without the ball, avoids taking the bad shots. That's why he was top 5 in field goal percentage last year. And he makes the first. Bogdanovich is checked in for the Jazz. Both free throws good from Moutier.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
Clippers trail by 20. Now Williams. He's got 23. Got a piece of it. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Moutier.
Los Angeles ball.
.158 left in the third quarter of the game. Passes to Harrell. Shamet on the wing. Clock at 6. The 3. Rebound, Utah. Ingles has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Well, Doris, you look at Joe Ingles, he's quietly become one of the better small forwards in the NBA.
And he is the prototypical don't judge a book by its cover, because they call him slow-mo Joe or average Joe. But dig a little bit deeper. This guy is a quality playmaker and a knockdown shooter.
Now, here's Shamet. Following the miss by Donovan Mitchell. Beyond the arc. Green with the rebound. Jazz leading by 20. Dishes to Moutier. Harrell against Ingles. Green kicks to Mitchell. Back to Green. Jacks up a 3. Rebound by Williams. Williams has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Harkless the pass to Harrell. 40 seconds left in the third quarter. And here is Harkless. He's still scoreless so far in this one.
And he pulls off the Houdini to make that catch and slam it through.
Stupendous alley-oop. Utah has gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Now here's Green. It's an 18-point game. That one falls.
Well, Emmanuel Moutier, that kind of shot will up your field goal percentage, gentlemen.
And for the Clippers, they're shooting around 40% from the floor here. Williams against Moutier. Now here's Williams. Tight defense on him. The pass to Shamet. Fires the 3. A putback. Off on that one. Donovan Mitchell firing on all cylinders for the Utah Jazz. His production has been flowing as he's tallied 20 points and looks to be planning for more. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates, Greg. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Shamet and Leonard are on the wings. Harkless is out there with Harrell, and it's Williams at the point guard position. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Now here's Moutier, and here's Bogdanovich for 3.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Leonard the pass to Williams, and it's sent back by O'Neal. Mitchell up top, the high post shot, and that one goes long. And it's Leonard with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. Ingles with the rebound. Ingles has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Moutier against Leonard. Pass to Ingles. Doris, basketball continues to gain in popularity around the world, doesn't it? It's amazing to me.
It does. Adam Silver, the commissioner, has said, I believe we can be the #1 spot in the world. Obviously, they'd have to overcome the soccer, and that's popularity. But think about this, Kevin, how inclusive a game basketball is. And the love spans across gender, race, ethnicity, religious affiliation. And the best part about the game of basketball is this, Kevin. When you're growing up and trying to get better, you need a ball, you need a hoop, and you need you, and you don't need anything else.
That is so well said. Patterson, he's checked in for the Clippers. Patrick Beverly comes in for Landry Shamet. The free throw good from Kawhi Leonard.
An extraordinary improvement over the course of his career by Kawhi Leonard. He has now turned himself into one of the game's best, if not the best, two-way players.
And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
Boy, that's a backbreaker. Takes it right into the rim and extends their lead.
You want to make sure your opponent knows they have absolutely zero chance of a comeback, and nice finish by him.
One shot.
And that one misses. Doris, all right, this is going to come out of the blue here, but if you had to choose between raising the height of the basket or widening the floor or even widening the lane, which would it be?
I have very strong feelings on this, Kevin, and for me it would be widening the floor. And the reason I say that is it feels to me in the last couple of years there are more sideline violations where teams are turning it over because they're trying to get to that corner three, one of the most advantageous, best shots in today's game. But because that three-point line is so close to the sideline out of bounds, we're seeing too many violations. So if I had to choose between one or the other, I would absolutely widen the floor.
Utah leading by 17. Mitchell dishes to Ingles. Chalk up two there.
See, Joe Ingles doesn't blow you away with physical strength. It's his craftiness that makes him effective, especially scoring through contact.
Now here's Beverly. Pass to Harrell. Over Mitchell. And there's Harrell. That's good on the assist by Beverly. And it's 6 points for Montrezl Harrell. Jazz have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. Here's Moutier. Trying to get open is Bogdanovich. And it's out of bounds. The Jazz able to retain possession here. A different look for Utah. Gobert, he's checked in for Joe Ingles. And Mike Conley subbed in for Emmanuel Moutier. Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Conley kicks to Mitchell. Just 5 to shoot. Shot from the wing. And a little luck that time, but it drops. And the Jazz lead by 19. The Clippers have gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Williams against Mitchell. Charity stripe shot. Gobert pulls it in. Gobert's. Bogdanovich passes to Conley. He kicks it to Mitchell. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
It is really difficult to get your feet completely set, to stay completely still. It's almost surprising to me that it isn't called more often.
Patterson dishes to Williams. Knocks it loose. Stolen by Conley. And now here comes Conley leading the break. Good for basket number 7 tonight on a not-so-unlucky 13 shots.
And boy, he gets a great jump on the rest of the field there and just leaves them behind.
You love the awareness, the decisiveness. Great job there.
Now here's Williams. Rebounded by Donovan Mitchell.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
We call that a great contest. You know this is something he brings to the table, the ability to anchor your defense.
Bounce pass from Williams. Here's Leonard. Hits the outside fadeaway. Leonard's got 24.
When Kawhi Leonard is healthy, he can dominate both ends of the floor. Nice job to finish it there.
Conley kicks to Mitchell. Mitchell is double. Conley for 3. Yes, indeed, it is good. He's now 8 for 14.
This guy is cooking right now. He is leading them on the offensive end as they remain in front here.
Passes it to Leonard. Nifty move. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Williams. Williams has got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. Conley, the pass to Mitchell. And it's Mitchell with the jam.
Well, if you don't stay in front and you allow him room to drive, you will pay the consequence. Donovan Mitchell with authority.
Los Angeles calls timeout, and over the course of his career, Mike Conley taking on more and more of the leadership mantle.
He's embraced it, Kevin, and he said letting his hair down was a way of letting go and just being confident in himself.
My house is full of supermodels just like my I take it serious, my I find it funny how I keep on talking in commas and freeze. I'm standing at the top of weight, the climbing the reach. I even got my very own initials inscribed in my sheets. Subtle reminders are key. Jeez. Spoiler alert, the second act is tragic. And everyone that wants the worst for me is asking what happens. Yeah. So many times I started walking backwards. Like Charlemagne, I see the light and see the darkest patches. Bury me and I'll be born again. I walk in godly form amongst the mortal men. I got some real across the border fix. And made a note of the mistakes we can't afford again. Like I said, can't the words and I'm the early bird. Wanna hang, but I'm too busy doing dirty work. Hit him back and say, bring it up on the 33rd.
And it's the Clippers with the ball. Harrell finds Patterson. Back to Harrell. Leonard looking over the floor. 6 to shoot. Left side Williams from the arc. The rebound by the Jazz.
I'll tell you, this has not been his game, and he's making it worse with shot selection like that.
Back to Conley. Helps teams if they can keep the rights to their best player. We see it in other leagues. Could the franchise tag ever make its way, do you think, to the NBA?
Well, this is going to be a negotiation point between the Players Association and the league itself. And the reality is it's going to have to be negotiated. What we know unequivocally, Kevin, is that these players now in the player empowerment era have more control about what franchise they play for and how long the duration of their contract is. How this all shakes out remains to be seen, but it is a point of conversation amongst the 30 NBA teams and the league leadership. There's no question about it.
The pass to Kabengele. Shot clock at 6. The 3 sinks the three-pointer. Kabengele's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
Well, the defense daring him to shoot, and he makes them pay for their disrespect.
Back to Conley. Davis against Leonard. Pass to Niang. Pass to Conley. From deep. Jazz working now with the fresh shot clock. Davis. Great positioning on the putback.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going. Here's Leonard. Drops in the layup for 2. Leonard's got 11 points in the quarter.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
Outside Conley. Doris, when you look at the success of international players, and the league has a litany of very good international players, Doncic being the latest success story, is the perception changing about these kids when they come from overseas and play in the NBA?
Well, one of the greatest, and then to me, the greatest international player of all time, Dirk Nowitzki, a Hall of Fame player, probably changed the perception to start with. Now, listen, over the years, Luka is going to have perhaps a Hall of Fame career if he stays healthy. The reality is this. The NBA is looking for the best players to man those 15 roster spots of the 30 NBA teams. It doesn't matter where you're from, what the color of your skin is. If you can play the game of basketball and play it at the highest level, the NBA wants you to be a part of their league.
Here's Robinson. That one goes in. Now here is Conley. Passes it to Niang. He feeds it to Davis. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
And the pass to Leonard. Fader on the way. And it's Bradley with the rebound. And so Conley will bring the ball up for the Jazz. Pass to Bradley. The Jazz working the ball around now. Oni. And that one hits back iron. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Well, speed, intelligence, touch. Kawhi Leonard has it all.
Utah leading by 21. Outside Conley. Pass to Niang. In basketball, like many sports, you can call some kind of penalty on almost every play. So with that in mind, where do we draw that line?
I would say that most coaches and most players would say as long as there's consistency with officiating, they can adapt to the way the game is being called. As fans, as broadcasters, what we want to see the game remain free-flowing, fluid, pretty, the ability to move and cut and not be impeded in your progress. That's what I want to see.
And we see that most nights.
No doubt.
Now, here's Bradley. Kawhi Leonard unable to get his shot to go. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
That's his first personal foul. At the line for the Jazz, Tony Bradley. 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls, and the Clippers making a switch here. Green's checked in. Williams-Goss is checked in for Utah. Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line. The Clippers shooting and hitting almost everything here in the fourth, up around 58% from the field.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Jazz.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And it'll mark their 4th win on the year, actually their 5th win on the year. And guys, one of the steady and outstanding players putting in another impressive performance, it was a big-time outing for Rudy Gobert.
And with the way he came out energized on the defensive end in particular, getting a hand on a lot of shots, that really got them rolling.
And guys, they can just sit on the ball here if they want to.
They have earned this win.
Here's Williams-Goss. And so it's Utah easily grabbing the win. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin,